You're born in 14th century Europe, in a town that smells wrong. Not poor enough to starve outright, just enough to survive. Not rich enough to flee when the world starts to go bad. Just another child in a crowded alley where rats outnumber prayers. Your mother says you're lucky. You survived your first winter. Half the babies on your street didn't. They are mounds of dirt now. By age 3, you know church bells better than lullabies. They ring for weddings. They ring for fires. They never stop, but they ring most often for the coming of death. The sky is always gray here, heavy with the soot of fires. At 5, you play in the mud outside your house, alone. The gutters run thick with waste and black, oily rainwater. You don't know what germs are. In this world, nobody does. You just know the water tastes metallic, splashing into your mouth. Then, the whispers start. Low voices in dark corners. A trader collapses near the market, clutching his chest in agony. They say he came from the coast, from the edge of the world. They say the ships brought it, hiding in the dark wooden hulls. They say it's God's punishment for the sins of all men. Within a week, the bells don't stop. They ring until the air aches. A cart rolls down your street at dawn. 2 men with cloth over their faces, shadows in the morning fog. They don't knock anymore. The doors are left unlatched and cold. They just go inside houses and come out carrying heavy blankets. You ask your mother why everyone is sleeping so much lately. She tells you not to ask questions about things God has decided. At 7, your best friend stops coming outside to play. You sneak to his door. There's a red mark painted across it, a stain of absolute warning. You don't understand the word quarantine, but you understand fear. The next day, the cart comes again for the house with the mark. By 8, you know the smell. It is the new breath of the city. Your father develops a cough. It's not a normal cough. It shakes his ribs and his soul. Then come the swellings, dark, angry lumps under his arms. He tries to hide them from you, pulling up his heavy collar. You see them anyway. Your mother won't let you touch him, not because she's cruel, but because she's absolutely terrified. Father can no longer walk. The priest tries to do everything in his power, but it doesn't help. Your father dies before sunset. No last words, no final goodbye. The mother closes his eyes for the last time. The candle goes out, and only silence remains. The mother sews a mask from several layers of fabric, her needle flashing quickly. Steam from boiling water fills the cramped room. The streets are deserted, not a soul in sight. People in the square are shouting and pointing fingers at a group of people. At 10, you leave the house to beg. The streets are empty. View of abandoned fields. Wheat has rotted. Scythes lie in the grass. The boy steps over something on the road. He doesn't look down. The graveyard is full. They dig long trenches outside the walls. Bodies stacked like firewood, waiting for the final cold earth. You stop crying. There are no more tears left. Then, your mother gets the fever. Her hands are burning hot. She tries to smile, tries to tell you stories of better days.
It called her home.
You hold her hands, thinking she will get better. The Carters enter the house and take your mother away. You watch silently in fear. You sit alone on the floor of an empty house, dust particles dancing in the light. A group of orphans huddled together on the stone steps. The boy reaching up to a windowsill to steal a crust of dry bread. A guard with a spear shouting and chasing the starving children away from a granary. The boy sleeps in an abandoned house covered with rags. Tall grass and weeds growing between the cobblestones of the main square. Half the houses are empty, doors swinging open in the wind. The church bell rope hanging broken and frayed, swaying back and forth. A lonely child, walking through a blizzard in the city of the dead. You are 13 now. Your back is bent, carrying heavy stones, building walls for a world that has collapsed. You spend your days clearing away the ruins, throwing away broken furniture, lives that have simply disappeared. Your shovel strikes the ground. The city begins to rebuild itself. New beams rise into the sky. You stand on a hill, looking down at the city that took everything from you. Years pass. You are 25 now, hammering hot iron. The rhythm of the forge is the only thing that clears your mind. You sit at a table with your wife, sharing a look of silent understanding. You stand over your child's cradle, listening to the rhythm of his breath. Your fingers gently check his neck, searching for any sign of a swelling. The child coughs in his sleep, and you flinch with a sudden, sharp trauma. Colorful banners hang in the square, and people laugh, unaware of the past. You look at the ground beneath you, knowing the mass graves lie below. A new 5-year-old boy plays in the mud, just as you did long ago. On the horizon, at sunset, a ship with black sails is entering the port.